All right, we're live.
Hey,
Hey, we have people a couple minutes to get in.
yes.
Get in.
Let's make sure we got everything situated. Let's see. I'm gonna real quick go over to your page. Whoops. Lucky. There he is.
There we are.
Lucky Live. How come it says Lucky Live? It's supposed to be Dawn and Lucky Live.
I haven't changed it, I guess. Didn't know I had to.
Dawn and Lucky Live. And Lucky. Live.
All right.
Here we go.
Says we have nobody watching us, right?
That's all right. It won't take us long. So this is something that I've learned from lives is they said don't wait because the people that are going to watch the rerun are not going to want to wait.
Gotcha. All right.
So they're not going to want to wait. So why are we waiting? They
I don't
can
know.
always go back.
There's
we
two,
had- we
two
had-
people watching now, me and you.
Oh, awesome. So you're on?
I'm on.
Do
You're
you?
on.
Okay. Where is the sound coming from? Is the sound coming from there or there?
Coming from the computer.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Sweet.
Can you guys hear us okay? I guess we got four people.
I see Wanda, Keisler, and Conjetta
Yay!
Wallace.
Can you hear us okay, Wanda?
Just give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
We're still trying to
I don't need this.
figure all this out.
All right. Yep.
Yes.
We got yeses. There's
Yes,
Susan Snyder.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
All right. So if you saw on our Facebook page, today's episode, or this week's episode, I guess,
Hi, Jim Foster.
is the magic pill. Why are we calling it the magic pill, Dawn?
Well, because there isn't one. There isn't one, but everybody wants to think that there is one. And there's not.
Everybody wants the magic pill. Everybody wants the quick fix.
Hi, Christopher
Everybody
Craven.
wants, hi, Christopher Craven. Everybody wants
Jen.
the instant solution to their problem that they took years to develop.
Yeah.
Some people, a lifetime.
Hi, Tiffany.
So,
Everybody's jumped in.
so we were on a rant the other day in the mastermind about the magic pill.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how that went? And do you remember where you
Well, it started off because I was actually talking about the protocol that we're doing
for
for our health. That's how the whole thing started.
By the way, medium shirt, and it is actually
Like,
a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I mean, it's perfect actually. It's not too loose. But it's perfect. It's the only shirt that fits. And
Everything is too big.
I have no shorts that fit now. Like
Everything is too
I
big.
have two pair of swimming trunks from back in the day.
Yeah.
I have two pair of swimming trunks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have some clothes, but they're in storage in the States.
So this actually started because I had posted something about my weight loss and my latest health journey since we got here, and with the company that I'm affiliated with that does genetic testing, and they develop protocols for every individual. So anyway, I was talking about this, and I was in a group of women of a certain age. That's those of us that are hit menopause, right? The gray-haired ladies. So I posted about my journey in there because someone specifically asked. They said that they were stuck. And since they had just about hit 50, they had gotten to a point that they couldn't lose any weight. They were lethargic. They had no energy. They had brain fog, systemic pain, basically everything I had going on as well. But it's not just about hormones. So anyway, I tell them about my journey, and I received within a few hours, a dozen women wanted information about it. But out of that entire group, there was only a few, because it continued over the next couple of days.
Well, let's paint the picture a little bit more. Like, you know, Dawn gave a very description of the health challenges that she'd overcome, and she posted pictures of before and after pictures, which if you've seen both of our before and afters are pretty dramatic.
It is dramatic. It's
August.
Very compelling. And I had one person say, is there any other way to do it? Do I have to get a genetic test? I had someone ask, is there any way I can do this without supplementation? I just don't like supplements. Like all of the things that worked. And then,
well, they asked what was the big transformation. She gave a pretty in-depth description.
Yeah.
And thinking that this is the information that someone would need. Hi, Weldy from Haiti. This is the information that someone would need to start taking these steps to change their health. And then the responses back were,
yeah, everybody wanted a shortcut to the thing that absolutely works.
this isn't going to cost
We
money.
know a half a dozen people, us two, and at least 4 more, that have seen really incredible results with this, of just, we just happened to be in a conversation and they had many of the same issues and they're getting great results with this as well. Nobody balked at this. I was shocked. Every person that was in that group, the first thing they wanted to know was cost. That was the one
This
thing.
this isn't
They
going to
wanted to
cost
know
me any
cost.
money, is it? It's
Right.
not going to cost any effort, is it? It's not going to take any time.
This
is it?
isn't going to cost me more than my Walmart supplements, is it?
I'm not going to have to work out at all, am I? I'm not going to have to change the way I eat.
How much will I have to work out? Am I really going to have to change any of my behaviors? And I found myself for the next 2 days getting increasingly frustrated because, without exception, with all of the complaints that I had, so many people, and this happens all the time. We hear this all of the time. In fact, I posted something today about the difference between attention and answers. And what we tend to find is about 98% of people want attention. So they want to talk about what their problem is, but not necessarily want to discuss what would need to change so that they could get where they want to
Or
be.
furthermore, do anything about it.
Or what they would have to do, and God forbid they would have to become someone different. And now it sounds like we're complaining about the people who complain. Well, what we do is we like to cut to the chase pretty quickly and determine whether someone actually wants attention or wants answers. But when someone is initially reaching out to you and wanting more information about something or wanting to know how you did it, you do need to at least listen to what they have to say and find out if what you have can even help, right? But many more times than not, we're met with a resistance to the actual thing that they would have to do to change their situation.
And that's all only to do with health.
That's just health.
It doesn't matter if it's relationships
Or money.
Building a business. Everybody wants the magic pill. I want it all.
Hi, Tracy.
I want it now. Jetta's on there too. T. Adam Green is watching.
Nice.
Everybody wants everything instant, immediate. They want it all. They want it now. They want it free. They don't want to have to do anything. I don't want to change. I don't want and the thing is, they're looking for the magic pill. And the problem is when you reach, as Dawn says, a certain age, you've already heard all of the promises since we were kids. And they never, ever, ever have worked. for, for anything long term. And then when you find something that works long term and something that you can live with, and you can, in terms of business, in terms of the hours you put in terms of the type of work you put in, the work that it takes to build a relationship that you love being around and being involved in. And 10 years later, where I love her more after 10 years than I did when I first met her, although I was pretty impressed the first day I met her. But that's because there's more to love, and it's because there's an investment there, and it's the truth with everything. And so we called this the magic pill because the magic pill doesn't exist. But people will spend time, and they will spend energy, and they will surf the internet, and they will do all these things trying to find the quick fix, the quick fix, the quick fix. And there is a phenomena that happens, and it's called the uninformed optimism syndrome. And what that is somebody hears about an idea, a diet, a business plan, a career path. They meet a new person, and on the surface, it looks amazing. And it's like, holy crap, this is awesome. I just met this new person. Oh my God, he's amazing. Or I just met this new woman. She's amazing, or whatever. And then over time, we start to see the flaws, and we start to reevaluate. Maybe she wasn't perfect after all. Maybe he wasn't perfect after all. Or our friend gets involved in real estate, and they go out and they've been involved in real estate for years, and they're making, whatever, $500,000 a year. And you're like, oh my God, my friend does this real estate and he makes $500,000. And it's like, he's not even hardly working. It's just, and so they think I'll get involved in that. And then they get in, or they start with a network marketing company, or they start with drop shipping, or they start a website, and they start these new things, these new endeavors, new diet, new exercise plan, new nutrition. By the way, Dawn is an ambassador, a health ambassador. If you didn't know, she was a trainer, owned her own gym, and is taking this to the next level. And we're using ourselves as guinea pigs. But if you take any area, what happens is when you first hear about it and you first start to learn about it, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. It seems so easy. And then what ends up happening is, well, maybe it's a little more than I planned on spending. Maybe it's a little more effort than I planned on investing in. I know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
The problem with 98%, with the 98%, is that the 98% are focused on what it's going to cost them instead of what it's going to bring them.
They also don't focus on what it's going to cost them if they don't do it. Like, all you have to do
Never, they don't.
What is a hospital visit going to cost you?
This is what I said to so many of them. They're like, well, is it expensive? And I said, I can tell you it's not nearly as expensive as a hospital stay or the heart attack or stroke that I knew I was headed for. See, when I found out about this and I started taking a look at what it offered and why, it began to answer some things for me that I thought, you know what? And I'm not maybe the everyday person when it comes to learning about health and fitness. I have deep dove this kind of stuff for years. And as much
You're not
as
the everyday person about anything.
Thank you. So anyway,
she was saying,
right. I tend to be a research hound when it comes to the human body and how it works. When I first found out about this and the role of the genetic testing and the realization that I had never gone that route before because there wasn't anything like this that had been offered. And after seeing so much compelling information about it, I told Lucky, and it was a chunk of change for us because we were both going to do it, and we were going to get 6 months worth of all of the supplements, peptides, and hormones. And you don't have to do that. You can do it 30 days at a time. It's not nearly what we were going to spend.
And we had to pay for shipping and
a ton of shipping and to get it with a freight forwarder and duties and all of the crap to get it all here.
That's what happens when you live in a foreign country.
When you live in, these are third world problems is what I call them. So, and that's what it was. So it was pricey, but I didn't look at the price.
It's cheaper than one of us going to the hospital.
I did not look at the price of what it was going to cost me, I looked at the price of everything that I had tried in the past that didn't work, which was considerable over decades. And if this did work for me, because I truly thought that I was dying, it was getting that bad, and my blood pressure was out of control. My pulse was out of control. I was not sleeping. I was waking up 15 times a night. No kidding.
Well, the doctor that looked at her stats and all of her numbers and all
Hey,
of
Sonny.
that thought she was probably about 30 pounds heavier than she was and about 20 years older than she was.
Yes,
Like,
just
they were
by looking at
expecting
the numbers.
An obese 80-year-old.
Yes.
Not, yeah.
And the doctor was shocked
Yeah.
when she saw me, but never in any of it. And I can tell you now, being on the other side of it, there wouldn't have been a price that I would not have been willing to pay. Now knowing.
Do you realize you look bigger than me in this camera, and where you're sitting up and I'm down?
Well, I am kind of sitting up, and you're right in the middle, and so it's
I'm
probably
sitting in the
doing
hole
this.
too,
Yeah,
between
yeah.
the cushions.
I know, because we're never like this. And you're schlumping, and I'm sitting upright.
I'm relaxed.
So anyway, now that I know, now that I'm on the other side of it, they could have told me it would have been another, 10 grand on top of it. If I would have known what the results were going to be, we would have paid it.
Absolutely.
But, and this is what people say to us that have hired us for our life strategy practice. Every one of them has said, I would have paid way more than what you charged me. And what we do is not cheap. And see, this is one of the other things is we see this happen. People want their life to change. When they realize that it's going to cost them 8 months of their life to work with us.
Hey, Helen.
Huh?
Helen Hobart.
Hi, Helen. You're funny, she says.
Terry Godbold's on too. Hello.
Nice. See, you're seeing names that I'm not seeing because I guess they must be
Prasanna?
personal friends.
I don't know who Prasanna is. I've not.
I don't know,
I'm
but
gonna have to
welcome.
find- Welcome aboard.
Yeah. And so, see, I'm not seeing the same ones you're seeing.
Because you're on your page, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm on your
Oh.
page, but see what I'm saying is probably some of your friends
Okay.
or people that are following you, but not me. So I'm not seeing them on there. Anyway, so there are people that I had people ask me when I was fitness training, 22 years. I had people ask me, so am I going to have to do this the rest of my life? Right? So the magic pill thing, in fact, I wrote an article about it and for my local newspaper about there is no magic pill. And this theme has run through everything that I've been involved in is people want the shortcut.
This
What?
reminds me of Jim Rohn. Somebody said something about, am I going to have to, they said, do I have to keep doing this? He was talking about, whatever. And I will answer that. Like, am I going to have to keep doing this forever? And Jim Rohn said, just brush the teeth you want to keep.
Which is true. Like, which part of your life have you decided that you just have given up on and you don't want to make a change or you don't want to pay the price? See, I was willing to pay the price. The difference now is we went to town yesterday. You saw my arms were full with what I carried up the stairs. My heart rate wasn't out of control. We live 3 floors up and there's a floor before you get to the floor. So there's 7 flights of stairs we have to walk
and they're
up.
12-foot
And I'm not
ceilings.
gassed anymore.
Those 12-foot ceilings, so the floors are taller than normal.
So I have told so many stories over my life of the personal development that I have gone through physically, emotionally, relationally, financially. And yet in every area, people are still wanting to take the shortcut. And so I guess I'm going to say,
Instead of the shortcut.
instead of the shortcut, they take the shortcut. I'm going to say respectfully, or not respectfully, I don't care.
Fuck
do
it.
it your way.
Do it your way. It works so good.
You
so far.
tell me how doing it your way has worked so far. See, if a person reaches out to me, I assume, rightfully so, if they reach out to me and say, how did you do it? And they tell me that they have problems, that they are unsatisfied with where they are. So this would tell me that the way that they've been doing it and the person that they've been being up to this point has not gotten them what they wanted, or they wouldn't be looking for more. But yet they want to keep doing the same thing the same way with the same lack of consistency and the same intensity that they were before.
I think,
you can't keep doing the wrong thing harder and expect it to work.
I think that begs the question, are you curious
Hi, Cynthia.
or are you serious?
Are you curious or
because
serious?
Some people are just curious.
Well, seriously though, seriously, I don't have time for curious.
I'm doing, what are you doing? I'm doing something different, obviously. Are you serious or
are
are
you just curious? Because you
And that's true with business.
maybe that just needs to be the next question. Seriously, are you curious or serious?
Yeah, because and that's true with money too. I mean, our financial picture from 3 years ago, holy shit, homeless and like we were in such a bad way. What changed everything? Everything. We literally changed the way we did everything.
How sweet. Helen Hover said exactly, while I can't come up with it all at once, your answers to my questions have changed my priorities.
That makes me happy.
I love that.
You know
Helen.
Our priorities have changed as well.
Yeah.
I actually made a post about, I have not posted it yet. I'm making a series of posts kind of about this topic, about we all have an idea of, in fact I heard one of our mentors said, you don't have a vision problem. You have a depth perception problem.
Mm-mm.
And what he meant by that was you have a vision of the life that you would like to live, the house you'd like to live in, the car you'd like to drive, the places you'd like to go and places you'd like to travel to, and the clothes you'd like to wear, and on and on and on, and the physique you'd like to have. You have a vision of what that is. But the problem is you think it's so far out in the distance that there's just not enough time, or the time is not worth it to get there. It's going to take you years to get to this dream. Well, and so what happens is we don't take the necessary steps. What we do is we look for the magic pill
Or the quick fix.
We look for the thing that could shortcut it, and so that it doesn't take us 3 years to create financial freedom and wealth, that it doesn't take us 6 months to completely change our health, to drop 60 pounds, and not just drop the weight. Anybody can drop weight, just don't eat, but drop the weight, have more energy, sleep less, feel better, no aches and pain. Like,
your ADD is your ability to pay attention.
she's talking to me personally, mine, not yours, mine, my
His.
ADD,
His ability to pay attention and his without being distracted.
guys, when I would work in my computer in my office, I would often put on earplugs, because I can do some incredible things. I'm pretty bright. I'm pretty ingenious at times, but not if I got noise and distractions, and if there's lawnmowers and shit going. Like, it just sends me off. And so I wear earplugs and I get tunnel vision. And when I do that, I'm extremely effective. But the least little distractions can really take me. And that's what she's referring to right now.
Yes.
It's.
So
I mean, I come in here and work now sometimes.
I know.
That never was.
Which now you're distracting me, because I've gotten used to being by myself in here working. I want to bring this around a little bit, because
we only got 6 minutes.
Because we've only got 6 minutes left. This has been like on the tip of my tongue, and then I get ready to say it, and now I'm having trouble.
Spit it out.
Yeah. Everything of value has price. A price must be paid for everything of value. And so your health, personally, my health, I value my health. And when it was declining so quickly and I couldn't get the answers, I was willing to do whatever it took. I was willing to pay whatever needed to be paid. I was willing to be consistent. I was willing to do the work. Going through our life strategy practice, it's not inexpensive for many
You get
people.
what you pay for.
But here's the thing. If it doesn't cost you something, so the flip side of everything of value has a cost, for the vast majority of people, if it doesn't cost you something, if it doesn't hurt a little bit, you won't value it.
Well,
And you won't take care of
You
it.
won't take the actions that are
You won't take the
sometimes
actions.
uncomfortable.
Right.
Because change is uncomfortable.
Change is uncomfortable. Developing yourself is, I knew somebody who said, had gone to counseling, and I asked how it was going. And the answer was, I'm really enjoying it.
You're doing it wrong.
Then you're in the wrong counselor. You're at the wrong counselor if you're really enjoying it. That told me a
You're
lot.
not changing then.
No, you are not wanting to change, because it's all going to cost you something. Everything that you're doing is good. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you effort. It's going to cost you pieces of yourself that you're going to have to let go of that have kept you stuck.
And what
Everything is going to cost you.
And what makes it so valuable is when the value that you receive, the benefit you receive, far outweighs the cost that you put in through time, energy, effort, money, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
Like the benefit that you get should so far outweigh what it costs monetarily or effort or energy wise that you would say, oh my God, I got a hell of a deal. I got this.
Well, you say it on the end.
Right.
You're not going to say it at the beginning.
No, we didn't say at the beginning. It was like, how much?
Nothing that we've done. I sold a car for a world-class business coach. For the life that we live, we sold everything that we had to come together to live a bigger life than we did. We had to be willing to pay the price. There is always going to be a price to pay. Bottom line, there is no magic pill. I would like to be able, if there was one, I'd fucking be taking it. Okay. I'd be taking it, but there isn't one.
Well, we've been looking for, 62 years. So I'm sure if there was a magic pill, we would have found it by now, certainly.
Because we've all been looking.
Yeah.
And the shortcut doesn't serve you.
No, but the shortcut does. The shortcut just takes a little bit longer.
It takes longer, and
A
it's
little
going
more
to
effort.
cost you more up front.
Yeah.
But what you get, it's going to be painful in some way to make grand changes for yourself. You will pay a price up front, but what you get on the end of it, you should be able to look back and say, this was worth every bit of what I did or spent.
Even being in an incredible relationship, like what we have created or what I feel we've created. I mean, I don't know any relation. I've never seen a relationship in my life, anybody's relationship, that I would trade for what I have. And I hear this, oh, it's not perfect. That's pretty fucking close. But here's the thing. Even being in a great relationship where you enjoy the person. I mean, you figure Dawn and I are together 24/7. Like we are almost inseparable. It is a very rare occasion that she'll go to town by herself. We are usually together all the time. At least in one room or the other, we're together all the time. But even being in a relationship that you cherish more than anything, that you enjoy the person more than anything, it still costs you something. It still costs you some level of freedom. It still costs you sometimes an inconvenience. It still costs you, she wants to go to town and get some, make a run to town, and she doesn't want to do it by herself. I want you to go with me. Well, then it's going to cost me time and effort doing something else to do what it's going to cost you. Everything does. There is nothing in life that comes without a cost.
There's nothing of any value.
Of value, right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can get free shit sprayed on you in the middle of the mall, go through the mall and get the little kiosk and pss, 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 here, this is free. No, don't worry about it here. But it's not a value. If you want value, let me ask you this: when you're walking through the mall, is all the valuable stuff in those kiosks in the middle?
Never.
No, you got to go in the door. And if it's real valuable, you're going to have to go it's going to be behind the glass.
It'll be behind the glass or in the vault.
Or if it's really, really, really valuable, it's going to be behind the vault. And they're only bringing that on special occasions, and that's for people that demonstrated that they're willing
to pay the price.
Willing to pay the price, absolutely. And it would be no different than if you were selling a 19. Well, I think this is probably a bad example. I was going to. How about a 20? How about a 2008 PT Cruiser? There's a good example. And somebody says, yeah, and some young kid comes up and he said, I like your PT Cruiser. I'd like to take it for a ride around the block. Would that be okay? How likely are you to say, yeah, sure? Now, let's say you've got a $350,000 Ferrari. And the same kid comes up and says, I'd like to take it around the block. What are you going to say? You're going to qualify him for, you're going to say, can you afford it? Do you have the money?
Do you have a driver's license?
Do you have a driver's license? Do you have insurance?
Have you ever driven a car like this?
It's a whole different, if you have value, you're going to have higher standards. So anyway, yeah, it's 231.
Understand a price must be paid.
And there is no magic pill. So if you're looking for the magic pill.
And there is no quick fix.
Here's the magic pill. It's going to cost you.
That's your magic pill.
It's going to cost you time, energy, effort. It's going to cost you change. You're going to have to maybe change some of the foods you eat. Maybe a little less Twinkies and Ding Dongs and Snickers and chips and
cheeseburgers and double orders of fries.
No, we're still going to have those. But I do once a month. I have a burger. I had a burger the other day. And 2 orders of fries. It was amazing. But I do it once a month now. I don't even do it once a month. It was like, I haven't done that in 6 months, but
wow.
But I will do it once a month. And, so anyway, we just want to talk about that. I hope that this makes sense. I hope that if you guys got questions, go ahead and private message us. If you've got anything you want to know.
Or a topic.
Or a topic that you want us to talk about. If you want us to talk about our relationship and how hard we are on each other, or how easy we are on each other, or how much, whatever. Christopher Cravens. Susie Snow, I see you. Susie Snow.
And did you see what Susan Snyder said? How sweet. Dawn and Lucky's info and experience are priceless. You know what? She's actually one who has paid that price.
She actually did. She hired us as coaches, one-on-one coaches.
And she did pay the price. And
her life is completely different than it was.
It was not easy, nor was it quick. And it cost her something.
She's living a different life than she was 3 years ago. Yeah. And she's fixing to transform her life.
And she's ramping it up again.
As we are. Mm-hmm. And you guys are going to start seeing that. If you look at our social media, you're going to start seeing some major things happening. So anyway, with that, we want to say thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this helpful. Send us a private message if you got questions. Send us some topic ideas. If you want to hear us talk about anything, I don't care what it is, about money, about rules of the rich, about where we put money to work. How you make money, how you create free time, how to exercise, what we do for food, what we do for a relationship. I don't know, health, wealth, love, our spiritual quest, whatever you want to know. You just ask. We are completely transparent in everything. We believe that people who have nothing to hide nothing.
And you can see on our website, AmazingLiving.net.
Our new website.
You guys got to go on and look around on the website. We have a section that is devoted purely to our podcast, and then also these. So Dawn and Lucky Lives will be on there.
Yeah, actually,
you can see some of the before it was Dawn and Lucky. It was just Lucky.
Not sure how you navigate to that. We're still working that part out. But there is actually, you can watch this podcast. You can watch this live stream right on the website.
Yeah.
So we're going to create a link for that. I think there might even be one. I'm not sure. But anyway, with that, we're going to say goodbye. Guys, have a great day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See you later. Alligator.